your first phone call, when you're calling to book the demo. I personally believe that. And this helps eliminate no-shows. This gets them excited for the demo. Tell them why you're working. Tell them where you're going to school. Tell them where you're calling them from. Don't be afraid. Don't feel like you have to like hang up right away or rush through the approach. I know that I feel that way sometimes, even after being here for over a year, but you don't have to. I actually like to start my phone calls. The more you can get them to smile, the more excited they're going to be, the more they're going to like you, trust you, pay you, right? So I actually start all of my phone calls with like something along the lines of, during these crazy times, Mrs. Jones, I hope you and your loved ones are safe and staying as sane as possible. And I'm just kind of acknowledging the fact that life is crazy right now. And it always makes them laugh. And it's not something like, oh, how is 2020 treating you, or 2021? Because let's be real, y'all, it's been crazy. So it's just kind of like, hope you're staying sane and acknowledging what's going on, and it makes them smile. Once I get to the demo, so that's just the booking to, that's just calling to book the demo. And once I start the demo, I don't be afraid to talk about yourself, y'all. They gave you their time because they want to be here with you. So I know I'm not the greatest at tooting my own horn. I practice with Damien. He kind of makes me toot my own horn. So something that I do is I'm a musician, so I actually literally play them my music on Spotify. And I'll move the camera around. I'll show them my dog. I make jokes like about how my dog's naps help me sell knives. Um, I'll make jokes about how I'm coming at them from my room. I'll be like, hey, Mrs. Jones, like, I'm so excited that you're here. Look at my extremely professional setting. Just kidding. I'm in my room. You can see my bed. Yeah, my bed's right there. I'm working from home. And again, just make them smile as much as you can and thank them. Don't be afraid to thank them over and over for their time. I'm sure y'all already do that since you're vector trained, but thank them for their time and their trust. And ask quality questions when building rapport. Things such as, what are goals for your kids? What do your kids do? What's your proudest accomplishment? What's some advice you have? Talk about their marriage. If you're meeting with Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I love to ask how they met, where they met, how long they've been together, and then what are some relationship advice that they have. I have books filled with notes from customers, so it makes them really excited to give you advice. So yeah, so quality questions, and be taking notes on your customers, their kids' names, their birthdays, where their school is. Take notes, because you'll use that for forever, because you're going to be their Cutco girl or guy for life. Let's see. And another tip that I have is, rapport doesn't end at the beginning of the demo. Rapport goes through the entire demo. So if you're sitting there and you're still watching them cut the ribs or the pineapple, it's okay to be a little spazzy, like, so what are you doing after this? What are your kids up to right now? Who's home? Like, what's your kitchen look like? Are you getting it remodeled? Like, it's okay to just keep building rapport through the entire demo. It doesn't have to end just at the beginning. Now, after the demo, add them on Facebook. And this is something that I'll share a personal story. I kind of refused for like the first 6 months of my job here to mix my personal life and my business life, and it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. I love adding my customers on Facebook and keeping up with them, especially when they buy things from me. I'm like, okay, you just spent $800 with me and now I'm never going to see you again. Like, I don't like that. I want to keep seeing them. And it also helps you market as well, because you'll be showing up on their feed. So if they ever need Cutco, you'll be fresh in their minds. So add them on Facebook. I ask them before the end of every demo, hey, is it okay if I add you on Facebook so we can keep in touch? The answer is always yes, always. And again, just let them know you appreciate their time. And at the end, I tell them that our relationship doesn't have to end once I leave the demo. I personally tell them that if their kids need any college advice or life advice from a crazy blue-haired but somewhat experienced 22-year-old, they can feel free to pass along my number. And that gets them really excited because most people have kids still in high school. And I know that I wish somebody offered to talk to me when I was trying to figure out what the heck to do. So I kind of like to plant the seed that this is an ongoing relationship. We're networkers, y'all. And with referrals, you can continue building rapport. If they talked about their sister in the beginning, if they talked about how their neighbor likes to garden in the beginning, if they talked about, because if you're asking quality questions, you'll ask them about their garden, if they like to go to dinner parties or if they host dinner parties. And at the end, because you took notes, you can bring that up once they've decided that they've given you every name and number that they know. Oh, and then last part on this is a little bit of like referrals, but also building rapport. When it comes to asking for referrals and they are kind of dwindling off and they seem like they're done, I like to remind them that I'm a musician. So I ask them if they know anyone in the music industry or anyone who'd like to support a starving artist or anyone who just plays guitar. So if you want to go into HR, if you want to be an engineer, if you want to be a teacher, hey, do you know any teachers? Because I would love to learn from them. I'd love to meet them and I'd love their advice. So who are 5 teachers that you know? It's just another great idea for referrals. So that's what I got for y'all. Thank you for giving me your time and your ears and attention. I'm going to drop a big random list of referral questions in the notes because on my goals script, I actually keep this list of referral questions on there in case things get quiet. So I'm happy to share that with you guys. I've built it over the last year and I will drop them in the chat. Feel free to copy, paste, and use them. That's
awesome. Hey, Jade, can you put them in the group me? That way I can copy them for the Northeast San Antonio office and for our office. That might be a little easier in case somebody doesn't chat, get them from the chat box. That would be great. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jade. Let's give her a round of applause, maybe some jazz hands, some spirit fingers, whatever you can do.
Jade.
That was awesome.
Alrighty, let's remove that spotlight. You don't need it anymore. Okay.
You always got the spotlight.
Moving on. We have the YEB push announcement. Actually, okay, I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna have Damien talk about it first, and then I'm gonna explain.
All right, so I I can't believe Stacy did this. I said it as a joke, and then he decided to do it. I've never seen Fogo at 4,000. 5 years of being in DM, the lowest we ever do it is for SC2 in July. We do it at 6,000. But I'm like, yeah, they're busier with school and like they have other stuff. Why don't we do it for 4? Like some of you guys got Fogo. Jack's gonna be so mad. Some of you guys got Fogo for 10,000. We got this contest. We are trying to win. We want our division to be the best. So we want our division to win. So we're doing this ridiculous contest. This is not national. This is not regional. This is just the Lone Star division. We are going to take over Fogo de Chão. If you've never been to Fogo de Chão, it's amazing. Lila's gonna tell you about it. Here's the deal. Again, this is kind of crazy. Our company's never done anything where it's like the number is this low. Jared, you sold this amount in your first weekend. All right, so here's what you got to do. You ready? You've got 2.5 weeks to average 4 sales a week. And that's a push. I think it's ridiculous, but you know what? I can't believe you said yes to it. I got him to say yes to it. And I want to take all of you guys to Fogo de Chão. $4,000 for the contest, and you've got your entry into the most luxurious, ridiculous dinner that you will ever have in your entire life. Everything is all inclusive. The whole entire, like I said, Google Fogo de Chão, and you guys will know why you need to be there. Who from in this room has been to Fogo that can say something about it? Lila, Brett, I know both of you guys have attended. Can you just give them a little bit of perspective on what Fogo is all about?
Yes. Okay. If you guys have never been to a restaurant like this, which I mean, I had not, and most of the people I know have not, it's awesome. You get food just brought to you, just like tons of food everywhere, just given to you. The most, not even just like crappy food, it's awesome. Like, this has been the best meal I have had in, well, I had in August. Nothing compares to it since. I've been trying to find a place that is I can afford as a college student, and I can't because
Brett, tell them about it. We took Brett to Fogo de Chao, I think.
Sure, yeah. It's like a high class all you can eat buffet that they just bring and put it on your plate for you until you tell them no, and they bring you another one, and it doesn't stop. They just carve meat off the bone and the spick thing for you. It's crazy, but it's really good food, and it's all free, and you just get to sit there and eat. And
It's
eat.
the per person is $100 just to sit down at the table. Like, it's all you can eat, inclusive, like the finest steak buffet you'll ever have in your life brought to your table. And you just can eat as much as you want. It's all you can eat. And yeah, Jade only eats fish, but they brought her like the most probably ridiculous fish plate I've seen in my life. That was delicious looking. The salad bar is like a block long, and they bring it to your table. It's really awesome. Now, for those of you that want to play big and you want to go for 10, we're doing VIP night in a little bit of a crazier manner. So it's no longer Fogo, because Fogo's at 4. At 10, we are renting out the hotel downtown at the Hilton, all inclusive for you guys. So we get, it's like the rooftop pool. It has a bar. If you're over 21, you can drink. If you're not over 21, I'm not a bartender, so I'm not sure what happens, but it is awesome. And we rent out a rooftop downtown Austin pool top bar. So if you don't live in Austin, great, you're making a road trip because you won that thing. So that starts on the 16th of March. So you guys have all weekend to get yourself ready. Obviously, if you're doing demos on Sunday, it's another great day to make phone calls. You're going to be able to reach a crap ton of people. Yes, we're very, very excited to get this thing done. And all of the demos that you have starting on Tuesday count for this contest. So load up this weekend so you can get a ton of referrals and then maximize those referrals. So that's the push announcement. We've been super excited about this. And again, I cannot believe that Stacy made Fogo de Chao so easy, because a lot of you guys had to do 10,000 to hit it. In the summer, it's 6,000, and now we're doing it for 4. So you can see how badly we want everybody to be there. So I can't wait to take you guys to a kick-ass dinner at Fogo de Chao downtown Austin. Lila, keep on rolling.
Alrighty. Cool. This brings us into our next voting break. You know the drill. 20 minutes, 10 calls. Love that money. So let's get started. You have 20 minutes
today, because that's definitely the right choice. So just to get started here, by the way, this is one of my all-time favorite topics to talk about and teach, because it's been a huge area of opportunity for me. And I feel like a lot of representatives really don't know how impactful it can be on your Cutco career. So my main goal here tonight really is just to get you guys some really valuable information that you'll be able to start incorporating into your weekly or your daily Cutco routines. And as I'm going through what I'm going to be covering today, if you guys have any questions, I would love to answer them. So just go ahead and throw them into the chat box or write them down, and I'll probably just go ahead and answer all of them at the end if we have enough time. So real quick before we dive in here, with a raise of hands, who here has used any sort of social media to generate demos? Okay, awesome, cool, perfect. And who here has used Facebook for that? Okay, a lot of people, perfect. And what about Instagram, Snapchat? A couple people, perfect, awesome. I just want to kind of see where everybody's at so far. So I'm actually going to be focusing pretty much solely on Facebook today to get demos. And there's actually going to be 2 different approaches that I'm going to talk about. And the first is what I like to call the fast start approach. Now I call it that because that's what I did before my training seminar for my fast start. But you can use this anytime. You guys could, turn around tomorrow and do this. You can do it anytime in your Cutco career. And the second one is going to be what I call the long-term approach. And I just made these names up. But the reasoning behind that one is just because it's a really good thing to keep up with your, keep up long-term. So by the way, I'm going to post a few different things in the chat box. So if you guys want to definitely keep an eye out for that kind of stuff, some different scripts and whatnot, you'll definitely want to copy those down or, write them down or whatever you'd like to do, but they definitely will be helpful. So keep an eye out for that. And if you guys want to go ahead and pull up like a Word document, or if you have like a notebook or anything that you'd like to notes on, definitely go ahead and grab that out. I'll give you guys a couple seconds here to do that. By the way, just fair warning, my cat does have the zoomies right now. So if you hear some craziness going on in the background, it is probably her destroying something of mine. Okay, awesome. So let's go ahead and dive into what I call the fast start approach first. So when I was making my initial training names list, I had about 30 or 40 people right off the bat, just family people that I knew, family, friends, parents, just close people. Who else was kind of in that boat here? Had like 30 or 40. Okay, cool. Perfect. So now I'm a pretty competitive person. And my friends that are on this call right now probably would agree with me on that one. And I really, really wanted to have the most names out of everybody in my training group. So that was one thing that was really pushing me to kind of go above and beyond and try and get as many names as possible. But also I just really wanted to get off to a really fast start and see what I could do. So I ended up with around 100 names and numbers. I don't know the exact number, but it was somewhere around 100. And I got to that number by doing what I'm about to teach you guys. So it was a huge game changer for me. I went to 30 or 40 to right around 100. So it was awesome. So what I did first was I pulled up my mom's Facebook page. So why do you guys think, and you can unmute yourself and respond, why do you guys think I used my mom's Facebook page rather than like my dad's or my grandma's or my uncle's or anybody else?
Because you're looking for those like married over 30 women with, yeah. Yeah. And she probably knows the most. That's
right.
they have the wives as friends, husbands.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That was definitely right on the point there. So yeah, that was the main thing is A, she's a mom, so she knows all the moms and that's who we want to talk to, right? And B, she has a lot of followers. So I opened up her Facebook page. And by the way, one of the big things for me in reasoning behind choosing my mom rather than, you could do it with like your aunt's Facebook page or, another mom that's in your family. But I chose my mom because she knows a lot of people. And she's actually a PTA mom. So she knows like all the moms at my sister's school and everything. So I'm just going to go ahead. Do I have screen share access? Can somebody give me screen share access?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. So I'm going to share my screen here with my mom's Facebook page so I can kind of show you guys the first couple of steps that I did to start this process. So let's see here. Okay, can everybody see my screen still? Or not still, but can everybody see my screen? Okay, cool. So this is my mom's Facebook page. That's my mom, my family. So we're just gonna go ahead and scroll down here to her friends. So you can see, I'll go back here. She has 576 friends. So yeah, super good number. And you can tell I definitely am friends with a lot of them. But so I opened up her friends. And what I did, and this is super kind of tedious, takes a while, but it's definitely worth it. So basically what I did is I went through all of her friends. I looked through all of them. And I know that in training now, a lot of you guys get a spreadsheet for your names list. I didn't have that, so I kind of made my own. So I pulled up a spreadsheet and I just started jotting down all of the ladies that look like super nice moms. I would, click on their little profile picture if I couldn't see it very good. I'd look at their name, kind of look at some of their pictures, just kind of see if they're a mom. And I just write down all of the moms. Typically you can tell which ones are super nice moms. Like obviously she looks super nice. She looks nice. She looks nice. So I just went through all of them and wrote them all down, all the ones that look nice at least. And after that, so I'm going to pull you guys back over here to my face. So after that, after writing down like a ton of names of people that look super nice, I brought the spreadsheet to my mom and I was basically like, okay, mom, I need your help so I can do good at this job. I need all of these people's phone numbers. And she really wanted to see me succeed. So she gave me all the ones that she had. Obviously, she doesn't have everybody that she's friends with on Facebook, their phone numbers. So I had to work a little bit harder to get those other phone numbers, but I was able to get probably, I think like 50 or 60 or so from that list for my mom. So that helped me out a ton. And I know in training, we typically teach, go and ask, your mom or your dad for people that they think would be nice to do demos for. Instead of asking her who she thought, I basically just like, all right, this is who I need, mom. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm going to crush it. You're going to help me. And that really helped out a ton. So by the way, real quick, I am adding all of these people as I go down. So you can see, well, actually I unshared my screen, but as I was writing down all of the nice moms' names, I was adding them on Facebook. And why do you guys think it's super important to add them on Facebook? Anybody? What do you guys think it would be important to add all of my mom's friends on Facebook?
So they can see who you are.
Yeah, so they can see who I am. And, obviously they've probably seen me in posts and whatnot, but they want to see, they're moms. They want to see your accomplishments, your goals, and what you're doing, what you're up to. So I just added all of them, and most of them added me back because they, had seen posts about me and whatnot. So it was super great. So I made the spreadsheet, got about 50 or 60 names from my mom. And then for the friends that I was not able to get their numbers from my mom, I sent them this super low key, super professional message on Messenger. And many of you have probably seen some sort of variation of this message. Or if not, this will be completely new for you, but I'm going to go ahead and post a script in this chat because, it's Cutco. We have scripts for everything. I like to make it super easy. So I'm going to go ahead and post it here in the chat box for you guys. And I'll go ahead and read it for you. So it says, hi, Miss Teresa. I hope you're doing well. Not sure if we've met personally, but I'm your friend, Jen Solomon's daughter. Anyways, the reason I'm messaging you is because I'm paying my way through college at Texas State University. And in order to take the pressure off my folks, I'm working on a scholarship program. Don't worry, I'm not asking for money. My assignment is to complete a few virtual Cutco product presentations with a few homeowners who are really nice. So I figured you would qualify for both. Each appointment super fun, super quick, and it would mean the world to me. I was wondering if I might be able to reach out to you about this. So this is what I sent to all of the rest of the people that I did not have their numbers for. And I was able to get, not everybody has Messenger downloaded. Not everybody answered. Some people said no, of course. But I was able to get about 20 or 30 more names and numbers from that. And if you guys are curious, after they would respond, most of them said, yes, I would love to help you out, or, whatever, some sort of variation of that. I would just basically reply with asking for their phone number, and I'd call them and book the demo from there. So super easy. And so that pretty much is the gist of what I call the fast start approach. And if anybody has any questions about that one, go ahead and put those in the chat box just so you don't forget about them, or write them down real quick so we can answer those at the end. But that was super huge for me. I was able to do, able to get 100 names for my fast start, or for my training group, my training seminar, sorry. And I've continued to do this kind of stuff Actually, for example, this last summer, we had our summer conference too, and I went back through my mom's friends because, you know, she had added more. That was like 10 months after I had done this the first time. So she had added more friends. So I went back through and added a bunch more of her friends and messaged probably 50 or 60, maybe more than that, for my SC2 conference. And that was basically where my 11K contest came from. So just for messaging on Facebook, which was super, super helpful. So we're going to go ahead and go on to the other approach. And basically what the second approach here is, it's just making a quality Facebook thank you post. So who here has ever done a Facebook thank you post for their customer before? Okay, awesome. So this is going to be super new for some of you guys. Yay, that's great. So let me go ahead and just show you guys, well, real quick, before I show you guys what it looks like, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of explain the idea behind it and why it's super powerful to post these. So the number one biggest thing that we want to get out of the thank you post is really just to say thank you to our customers for either taking the time to listen to us or buying from us or both or whatever it is. This is super important because we really want them to feel appreciated. And this really does make them feel great. You know, they're moms. So, you know, you just spent an hour, whatever amount of time that you did with them, talking to them, and they enjoyed that. But you're going to really make their day when you thank them on Facebook in front of all their friends. So the number two, this is also super great. And this is probably the most powerful part of the thank you post, is for all of your customers, friends, family, coworkers, and everybody else that they have on their Facebook page to see it. So if somebody that you got referred to sees this post of you thanking your customer before you call them to schedule a presentation, what do you guys think are the odds that they'll say yes to a demo?
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good, right? If they see that you're super nice and professional before you even call them, you know, it just kind of makes sense, right? So, yeah, it's super powerful for them to get to see that. Plus, another thing that I like to do, and I'll show you guys an example, but another thing that I like to do is I have the little thank you post with the script. And let me go ahead and actually post a script in here for you guys so you can have that. But another thing that I like to do with this script is I like to add pictures of what they bought. And this is super awesome because it not only, you know, it makes the post look a little bit better, but it also shows their friends what that person bought. So, you know, if they see that their friend got a homemaker set, then they're probably going to be at least a little bit more open to the idea of getting a homemaker set if you end up doing a demo with them, of course. So that's super great, and definitely copy down this script because it's super amazing, and I literally copy paste it for every single one. I just changed the name, so it's super fast. And let me go ahead and share my screen again with you guys so you can see the example of one of mine that I have here. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So here's a screenshot of one of the ones that I did. And by the way, I don't know why I forgot to edit these pictures. I typically, you know, clip them so that like this top part isn't, it looks a little bit better, but I guess I forgot to do that. But anyways, I like to tag myself in it because, you know, if somebody's interested in Cutco or they're interested in me or whatever the case may be, they can just click on it and go straight to my profile. They can also look at Cutco, check out Vector Marketing. And then I also like to, of course, tag my customer in it. But it's super awesome, and they definitely always enjoy them. And I've gotten a lot of good feedback from it. So I'll go ahead and if anybody wants me to send this over to you, I definitely can. Just let me know. But you have the script, so that definitely will help out a ton. So obviously, before you can post a thank you post on your customer's Facebook page, I always like to ask if I can follow them on Facebook. 95% of the time, they're going to say yes. But just, as a courtesy, I like to just make sure, because some people are kind of, they either don't have Facebook or they want to keep it private, which is totally, respectable. But typically they say yes. And when I do this, I typically, right as I'm closing out my demo, right as I'm saying goodbye and thank you and whatnot, I just kind of throw it in there. I'm like, hey, Mrs. Jones, super great talking to you. Is it okay if I add you as a friend on Facebook? Right as I'm saying bye. And typically they're going to say yes. So what I like to do is make it a point to A, ask that question, and then B, put it in my schedule, or just, make it a habit or routine to right after the demo, when it's fresh in my brain and fresh in their brain, add them immediately. Because you can't post anything on their page without them friending you back, or accepting your friend request. So you really want to get that done as soon as possible. And I know a lot of people sometimes don't look at that. So definitely try and, maybe add in there like, hey, yeah, just accept my friend request once you get it. And then post that thank you post as soon as you can. So that's pretty much it for this one here. I guys the script. Oh, actually, one more thing real quick before I wrap up. One super cool thing that you can actually do with these thank you posts is come back to them a day or two after you post them. I typically either put it in my schedule, or, whenever I get into a really good routine of doing presentations and, adding them on Facebook and doing the thank you posts and everything. Lately, I've been doing events, so I haven't been doing as many demos. But when I was doing demos, I got into this routine of checking back into the post a couple days afterwards. And the reason this is super important to do is I like to go ahead and look at all the comments, because I've actually had a couple of, a few, I guess I should say, of posts that people either commented, oh, I need to get my knife sharpened, I love Cutco, or just people saying, oh my gosh, I've had Cutco for 20 years, or someone saying, oh my gosh, I want to help out a college student and I need some new knives, or whatever it was. There's been many, many circumstances where people have commented really awesome things like that on the post. So if you don't go back and look at it, you'll probably get the notification, but I mean, who really looks at those all the time? I know I don't. So definitely make it a point to go back and look at those. And what I like to do is go ahead and follow all of those people. Everybody who commented or liked the post, I follow them. And what I'll typically do is once they accept my follow request, I go ahead and actually send them this message, and I'll go ahead and put it in the chat here for you guys. It's pretty similar to the first one I put in the chat, but it has a little bit of, I tweaked it a little bit. So the first sentence is a little bit different. It just basically says, I'm a friend of your friend, rather than I'm, so-and-so's daughter, Jen Solomon's daughter. So super low key, super professional. And obviously, again, not everybody's going to respond, but the people who comment on the post typically do respond. And I actually had this post one time I posted on a realtor's page. She was super, super nice. And, she's a realtor, so she has a huge following on social media. And I was going to try and find it for you guys, but I don't know what happened to it. I think she may have deleted it off her page or something. Not sure. It was a long time ago though, so who knows. But anyways, I posted this thank you post on her page, and there was, I think, 15 or 20 comments of people, because I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of times realtors like to use Cutco as their closing gifts when they sell a house. So a lot of her realtor friends knew about Cutco and were posting, oh my gosh, I love my Cutco. I've had Cutco for 20 years. And I followed all of those people. There was even some people who said that they need their knives sharpened, they needed to buy new knives. And I ended up, I know for a fact that I ended up doing 5 demos with those people who had commented on the post. And I know for sure 2 of those 5 demos are 2 of my best customers now, and they keep buying. So definitely, if you're not doing these thank you posts, you are definitely missing out on some CPO and some money for school. So definitely be doing these. And, you know, even if you're just copy pasting it, it literally takes a couple minutes right after your demo. And you never know, you could get a huge sale out of it. You could get a couple awesome sales. So you definitely don't want to miss out on it. So definitely just, you know, start incorporating it into your routine. So that pretty much wraps up my talk for you guys today. I hope you guys got some good information and some good stuff out of it. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask them. As long as we have enough time, I'm not sure if we're ahead of schedule or behind schedule or what.
Well, does anybody have any questions?
So I've, like my first week of doing Cutco, I kind of, because they gave us like this YouTube video of how to like use social media for marketing. And like, I watched it through and like, I decided like, hey, I'm going to post a couple like, you know, I don't know, post about Cutco, like, hey, I'm doing demos, like, hey, check out these awesome knives, like, oh, you know, do you know anybody who's got worn down knives, you know, etc. And there was one where I got quite a few hits. And then so I decided to do like maybe like every couple of days I would do a post, or every couple of days I would mention something about it. And then I have like my mom sharing them, but like I don't get as much hits as I do like that first post. So I'm just wondering if maybe I should do some like research on like groups, like mom groups or something like that, or like maybe there's a better way of going around it, or.
Yeah, for sure. That's a really great question. So that's actually something that I've learned how to get really good at just through my manager training that I've been doing the last couple years. So as far as posting, what I would say is you really want to keep your Facebook not like a completely Cutco Facebook. You want to post lots of things. You want to post things about your family, things about school, just because if people see the same thing over and over and over again, they probably, you know, may not, what is the word?
Be more not really interested in it.
That like not react with it. But I can't think of the word that I was gonna say, but they may not like comment or like it because they, you know, just saw the same thing last, something similar. So I would just say, you know, spice it up, post a bunch of stuff. I like to do 1 or 2 Cutco posts a week. Typically I'll share like one post that Cutco cutlery on Facebook posts. I'll just share like, you know, knife of the week or whatever it is. And then I'll post something about my goals. And also I think it's a really, really cool thing that you're posting about Cutco. I would probably go ahead and post a lot about like goals that you're working towards, because, you know, moms, they want to support you. They want to support your goals. So if you're talking about goals that you're going towards, rather than like, hey, who wants to do a demo with me? Just kind of, does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Get them kind of like, I guess, like reel them in.
Yeah. Make them a little bit interested. Make them want to help you out and do a demo, or share it to help you out to get to that goal.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope that helped.
Any other questions?
Someone who's been in the business a little bit longer and wasn't always on the social media side of things, as far as going back and retouching those things, like the thank yous and stuff like that on Facebook, is there any way to go about that? Or is it just like do all of them and don't miss anyone? Or like, is it kind of like too late, sorry about you, and just start it again? Or like kind of with that?
Okay, so let me just make sure I understand your question completely. So you were asking, if you haven't done a lot of these thank you posts, is it a bad idea to go back like a few months ago and do those for customers?
Yeah.
I really don't think it's a bad idea at all. Honestly, I would just kind of tweak it to be like, hey, you know, just tweak it to be, I did one that I did a demo with a customer and they bought, and I forgot to thank you post for like a week, but I just posted it like it was that day, like not weird at all, you know? So I would just tweak it and be like, wanted to say thank you to Mrs. Jones for doing a demo with me a little while back. You know, just tweak it. I think it's totally fine to go for it, because like I said, you never know, somebody who has Cutco might comment, or somebody who's heard about Cutco might comment or see it, and that's a huge area of opportunity for you. So I would just say, be completely confident, just post it. And, if nothing happens, nothing happens. Nobody reacts with it. It's fine.
True. All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Any other questions?
Kaitlyn, I know it's your talk, but I have a piece of advice for Zoe. Do I
Yeah,
have
for
permission?
sure.
Okay. Zoe, it sounded like you were super excited about Fogo coming up.
Yes.
I could hear you like hooting and hollering. So sometimes when there's goals that you're super hyped up about, I have seen people ask their parents to post for them
Okay.
on their Facebook page. And I am more than happy to find an example of what that looks like and send it your way if that's something you're interested in. But I have seen those posts, like when the mom posts it, blow up.
That's why I've had my mom like share my post, because I know like it'll be seen like more on her side. But dude, send those over to me, because I'm down for this high class buffet. A girl gotta eat, and I'm ready. Like, I'm ready.
I love it. Final question.
Yeah, by the way, Jade, to add on to what you just said, I actually had my mom do that for this last summer conference too. And I got at least 5 demos from that. So definitely do it.
All right. Kaitlyn, thank you so much. If you guys appreciated everything, just drop one word into the Zoom chat box about what you thought. Give her some love. All right, all right, all right. Well, thank you, Kaitlyn, and we really, really appreciate you making the time to jump in. It was only a little while back where you were a brand new Cutco baby, and now you are one of the bigger, more well-recognized veterans on our team. So if you want to ask more questions, Kaitlyn is actually really, really, really loves to coach people. So you can reach out to her on social media, Facebook, or through our group meet, which you will see. And she's always more than happy to help. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
For sure. Yeah, I hope you guys all have a great night, and definitely add me on social media if you want to. I will add you back, I promise. All right, bye y'all.
All right, we're running a little bit behind, but that was definitely worth it. So we will jam through these next couple of sections.
Yes. Okay. Tips from a newbie. Go ahead, Damien.
Well, I did want to go ahead and throw this out there just because we have a couple of individuals that have been doing a really awesome job. So I was hoping, she might have literally just jumped off. Sometimes moms, like, they get like random emergency situations. I was going to ask Carly to throw out a couple of nuggets just because she did just sell her first homemaker set. She's really excited. Well, we have another individual that I know in our office has been kicking butt, unless I miss Carly, is Mr. Jared Farmer. He is just over $4,000 of Cutco sold. And, Jared, I was hoping, if you wouldn't mind, I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot, is what is something that you think that you have done so far that you feel might have helped you catch a little bit of early fire with your sales?
Well, the main thing was for me was just memorizing the script, because whenever I would have to just like read, like, I don't know, directly off the script, it felt very unnatural. So if I knew that if I memorized it, I would be able to just like kind of like speak like as if I was just talking to them, and it made it a lot more real for them. So I feel like that was the main thing for me.
That's awesome. Sometimes you get some of those skills moving for you, and it can really help out. Another newbie that's definitely been kicking butt and taking names, Kiana, was hoping if you wouldn't mind throwing down maybe 1 or 2 tips that you think has been helping you catch a little bit of fire recently.
I have to hop on Jared's back a little bit because I completely agree with that. I come from real estate, so I know how robotic we can sound whenever we strictly just read word for word of the script. However, they don't know that we are reading the script, so it doesn't sound as robotic. But me personally, I know I sound kind of robotic versus what I could sound like. So definitely memorizing the script has really been a very big thing for me. Just because I'm able to add a little flair in there, add a little characteristics based off of my personality to it. And then a lot of my friends and family relate to it. So they're always laughing and just going crazy with it, making them feel a lot less uncomfortable about the situation and just having a little bit more fun with it. I'd say that's pretty much what tip I have on that, just because it will really help you be able to make your demo yours versus just very script-like.
Awesome. And like I mentioned, Kiana just made the biggest sale of her life here in the last 24 hours, $1,700. Hey, you know what? You never know what you're capable of until you start taking this job a little bit more seriously. So thank you guys for jumping in on a couple of these impromptu tips. I always like to do this to see, hey, are you working hard? Are you getting good at, talking on the spot, even if you weren't planning on it? So let's keep on rolling. Lila?
Alrighty. Newsletter. Okay. Cool. I don't know if you guys remember this from last week, but we started sharing the newsletter, and basically we're just showing everybody off tonight. So let me share a different screen real quick. Alrighty. Okay, cool. Want to give some recognition to those that made it on the newsletter this week. So let's come in, find this. Ugh, my computer's running really slow. Let's see. All right, here we go. Let's give a round of applause to Jared Farmer, who is on our newsletter, selling 4,300. Well,
Nice job.
awesome job, Jared. This is...
Appreciate it.
Ooh, and then we have Bailey Castillo, who, like Damien said, when you sell 200,000, you don't need to be on here.
So these are the top 50 representatives for the week. We also have all representatives who are over $2,000 for the weekend being recognized. So nice job, Jared, 4,300. Nice job, Bailey, also 3,600. Check it out though, what's possible selling $7,600 for the weekend. So we also track consistency. So it's not about what you do one time, it's what you do over and over again. Check out at the top there. You guys, 41 weeks in a row over $2,000. 41 weeks. You know what's really cool about Curtis? He makes 50% commission. So he averages $1,000 of income a week selling Cutco. Got Jenny at 29 weeks, Matt at 21 weeks. So that's really impressive. You guys are getting one. Keep it up. Don't drop the streak. Now we also have individuals that are over $1,000 for the week, and these are cycles that you can keep going to. So nice job, April, 1 week in a row over 1,000. We got Alex also 1 week in a row over 1,000. She was called into Whataburger tonight, so we I told her that once she hits $6,000 in sales, she has to quit. So she's almost there. And top representatives in the entire region. Check out, nice job, Mr. Jared Farber, number 4 representative in the entire region for his first weekend. So well done. You were only about, what, $1,000 away from being number 1. So you were definitely right up there with everybody. Great job, man. Jared's getting a lot of recognition tonight. All right, and this kind of cycles back. Go to the top real quick of the top reps for the week. Top reps for the week. So if you want to go to I think it's the prior page.
Oh.
Well, no, I think this was it. Top representative for the week, $20,000 of sales. Here's what I want you guys to realize. Every single person in the top 20 there makes 50% commission. The only person that doesn't is number 8. So he was a new guy, senior advisor. That means like he hit that in his first week on the job. I know he just did a 10K fast start, but everybody else makes 50%. Remember, my dad told me you can't make money selling knives. Well, that young lady, Jenny Vega, made $10,000 on her commission statement that is coming out tomorrow. That's pretty cool. Sean Henry, by the way, went to Texas State University, representing the area here, and sold $14,000 this last week. That's pretty awesome. So if you are on the newsletter, we are going to email you a copy of it. So that way, if you want to brag to your friends and family, you can post it on your Facebook. But yeah. Great job. The way that it works is if you get over $1,000, you get on the consistency string. And to get your name individually recognized with your report like this, got to be over 2,000. So some of you guys are already pretty close, 75% of the way there. Some of you guys are halfway there. So keep up the good work. All right. So in our office, I do want to go ahead and do one key staff promotion for this individual who has been so positive the entire time I've had an opportunity to work with her, so coachable. And honestly, she's been doing a great job. I know hit her second promotion already. So I did want to go ahead and recognize Claire, the Bear, the Sarah, and invite her to our key staff program. We have a meeting every Monday that Jade runs. And I know it's kind of it's a program we don't really tell you very much about until you get on it. But for those of you that are on the key staff program right now, can you speak a little bit about what it has done for you? Jackie, if you don't mind, I know that you have been on the key staff program for a while. What do you like about being part of our key staff program? How has it helped you?
You said me?
Yeah.
I mean, it helps a lot. It helps you gain more confidence, and you get more in-depth training like that one-on-one. I personally strive off of one-on-one more than like groups. So yeah, that's what I like about it.
Awesome. I know Florencia, you've been part of our key staff program. What's something about the key staff program that you've enjoyed?
I think the energy, like the environment, when I join, it's always like a positive environment, and they always say like, yeah, you got it, you'll do it. And they like gave you a lot of advice to recommendations, phoning, and a lot of things. So it's been great being there. And also you can ask like a lot of questions, and Jade always answers like all of them and gave you like some advice. So it's great.
Awesome. And then for those of you that don't know, the leader of our key staff program currently is Miss Jade Jostrin. And she has been running this program here for the majority of the year and has been doing an unbelievable job. Everybody talks about how awesome it is to work with Jade. Jade's an incredible teacher, and she spends so much more time than I thought she was going to spend on this program. But she tells me that how much she really loves it and how much she loves helping you guys. So meeting, I believe, is Mondays at 7 p.m. 6 p.m. Sorry. So put that in your schedule, Claire. And I would definitely recommend that you do a demo at 8 p.m. And that demo will be the best demo you will ever do in your entire life. So let's give Jade a round of applause for running such an awesome kick butt program. We really appreciate you, Jade. And I'm super happy that you are the person that's leading this group into the next level. So thank you, Jade. You're awesome. Lila, keep going. Let's roll. All right, I did want to go ahead and do a little bit of recognition here for Perfect PDI. So what is Perfect PDI? So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, our representatives, now I know in the Northeast San Antonio office might be a little bit different, so don't freak out if you're like, what's PDI? So on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the San Marcos office, we have our representatives jump on and give their report. So Lila, if you want to spotlight me, that would be great. So basically, let me explain to you the benefit of PDI. Like, why do we do this thing? Okay. So on Tuesday, what I do is I ask you for your goals for the week. So it's really simple. You jump on Zoom, and I know that you guys can put it into your Vector Impact app, but it's different when you actually say them out loud. It's a little different when you can when you tell somebody else what your goals are versus an app that doesn't have a voice, right? So I ask you for that. I also ask you we also go through your names list a little bit. We set up your phone jams a little bit. And what it does is it takes away all of the questions of how am I going to hit my goal. So that's Tuesday, takes about 10 minutes or so. You jump on the same Zoom meeting that you jumped on today. Now, Thursday, that's the most important one. That's the midweek checkup, because you guys know that the majority of your demos are going to happen on the weekend. So we have to keep the motivation going. We have to keep your goals going. And so that's why we're going to give you some final tips, and we really establish our goals. And, Zoe, for example, I want to recognize her doing perfect PDI. She's been doing a great job for that. Jackie, nice job. Perfect PDI. Carly, like I said, I knew she had to jump off because she's got a little baby, but she's been on that every single time, even last week when she first started, last Tuesday, last Thursday, this Thursday. And every week we talk about who are her top 5, who we're going to do demos for, a couple of tips. And today she was like kind of deciding if she wanted to do a demo for this guy or not. And I'm like, you know what, let's go for it. Gave her some excitement. And then boom, her first homemaker +8. So I'm not saying you can't do this job by yourself. That's not what this is about. But this is about holding yourself to a higher standard than you initially might wake up that morning and decide that you want to do. Because maybe instead of thinking if I tell somebody something else, it might put some pressure on me. Maybe it's if I tell somebody else I'm going to do something, I'm going to get more excited about it. Right? Because that's the whole purpose of this meeting. It's about planning, it's about development, and it's about igniting your day, right? That's what PDI stands for. So we got to plan this thing, because if you fail to plan, you do plan to fail. So again, in Northeast San Antonio office, I'm not sure exactly what they do, but Zoe, Sarah Otto, Audrey, Jackie, and Carly in our office have been perfect at PDI the last couple of weeks. And I just want to say, first of all, thank you for making my job a lot easier. And if you're like, I didn't really know about this PDI thing, it's okay. We're not mad at you. But from now on, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do ask you to join in. And like I said, keep holding yourself to that higher standard. And trust me, if you do this for a week and you didn't think it was worth it, you can just let me know and I won't take it personally. Cool. If you're, by the way, you're hitting your goals and you're already over $20,000, $30,000 in sales, you might not need it as much. Some of you guys might realize maybe you might start to need it again, even if you're an assistant manager or the office. If you're feeling unmotivated and you want somebody else to give you a little bit of extra motivation, whether you're in my office or anyone's office, I know that the more I talk to my manager, the more it was easier to hold myself accountable. Go to the next slide. All right, so I know Caleb was running an interview, so I told him that I would take kind of this opportunity, and I'm super excited about this because it's basically being launched by the Puerto Vallarta contest. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. So we have our March Madness competition. So this is a multiple week-long competition that is coming up here in the next week. So it literally launches, and check out the irony of this event. I think you guys are going to think this is great. So there are brackets, just like March Madness, every single week, and it starts this week, 2, 3, 4, and gets to the championship round, bragging rights. And if you look to see the brackets, this is about to get pretty real pretty fast, because check out what's going to happen in the second round if our office takes down Lafayette and Northeast San Antonio takes down Texarkana. It is about to be an all-out death match between our two offices. So don't you dare let that other office beat you, because we are going to make this thing very, very interesting in 2 weeks. So it's not about this week. It's about next week. So next week on Tuesday, that's when it gets started. So just, you've never seen me competitive before. I only reserve it for a couple of situations, and this is one of them. Last year, our office got taken out in the final four. We made it all the way, and we lost right in the final four, right before the championship. And we lost to I can't remember the other office. They sucked. But anyways, we did get taken out, and I'm curious what's going to happen this year. I can tell you that the Northeast San Antonio office has been on a tear. They are beating the San Marcos office for the week. They beat us last week too. For the first time ever, by the way, since you guys opened up. Last week, you guys beat us, and this week you're beating us again. So San Marcos office, I don't know what you're going to do about it, but you got all weekend to start building momentum. And what's great is that every single person in this training, in this room, your sales all count. Whether you're an assistant manager, whether you're a brand new rep, every single person counts. So don't be the guy that doesn't play hard, because you might be the reason we might lose. We want every single person to play big. What's the benefits for you guys? You got FOGO. Right? The first 2 weeks are the FOGO weeks. So by the second week, as long as everyone's at FOGO, we're all going to be ahead of the game. And then, like I said, I'm not going to say who's going to win between us and Northeast San Antonio, but right here is going to get real tense between me and Caleb. I don't even know if we're going to run the team meeting together that week. We might need to separate it to really kind of unleash what we're going to do. And trust me, San Marcos, I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeve to help us try to do our best. So anyways, I'm really excited about the March Madness contest. It is an opportunity to play and play big. And how cool would it be if your office's name was right here in the middle? Because I can tell you that every single week, every single year, there's always an underdog story. There's always a Cinderella story that takes down one of the big hitters. And like I said, I'm very interested to see who's going to take over, who's going to be number one. Is it going to be Northeast San Antonio? It's going to be San Marcos? It's going to be somebody else? Got a couple weeks to find that out. So those of you who are competitive, it's time to play. All right. Lila, are you ready for the raffle, or should I give my talk and you'll do the raffle afterwards?
I'm ready.
Okay, so Lila is the most organized person that I know. By the way, I just want to want to take a quick second before we finish up today, just to actually recognize Lila for running this meeting, for planning this meeting, for creating that PowerPoint, for literally doing everything to the level of to the point where that was awesome. Like every week she puts that together, and she's been such a professional as our sales manager here. And I can tell you that I'm so confident when I'm running training, even though I'm not here for the first 45 minutes, that every time I jump on, everybody's working, everybody's active, and everyone's really treating her with respect, even if she might be your peer. And for some of you, she might be younger than you, but I really appreciate the level of respect that you guys give her, because she takes herself so seriously. Everything she does it as she's running her own business. So thank you so much, Lila. I just want to give you recognition for bringing the heat, and obviously, like I said, making me feel so confident about leaving you in charge when I do. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, we are doing a little bit of a raffle here. Last week, Alexandria decided to go for the $20. So here's how you win. So whether or not, every 2 demos that you booked gets you a chance into the drawing. So pretty exciting. We're about to, Nisa's really excited about it too. We're about to see who is going to win. So if you win, what you get to win is either a ring light, or you get a personal growth book, which we will purchase for you and send to your house, which we are always a fan of. If you have one, like a topic that you like, we can find one for you. If not, we can kind of like randomly select one for you and send it your way. Or $20 that goes towards Cutco. So as you keep accumulating those $20, which will give you more chances to win every single week, you can win some free Cutco. So Alex is already at $20 of free Cutco. That's what you chose. So let's see who's going to win this week.
All right.
Let's do it. And our winner is, just by a hair, Mr. Brett Fortis. Nice job. Well done. And what would you like? The $20 of Cutco bucks? Would you like the personal growth book or the ring light? Dun,
I don't know. Surprise me with a good book.
I will send you my favorite personal growth book, which I love sending to people. All right. So Lila, send me a text later and that'll remind me to go ahead and do that. All right. Awesome. And I do want to take the honor and privilege of finishing up our meeting here by sharing, as I always sometimes like to do, something massively personal that's also kind of embarrassing. So hopefully you guys can benefit from this as well. If you don't mind putting me in the spotlight, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
So has anybody ever been caught being kind of bad at something by a professional? So I'm going to go ahead and put myself out there for you guys. I'm going to be vulnerable and let you know that that until this week on Wednesday, I hadn't been to the dentist in over 5 years. It's a long time to not have gone to the dentist. Just want to be honest with you guys. So why do you think I didn't go to the dentist? Why do people not go to the dentist? They are scared. I was scared to go to the dentist. By the way, I'm not the only person. Zoe, thanks for being vulnerable. I'm not the only person who's ever done that. But this year, me and my wife decided this is the year that we get ourselves back in shape. And it's not just fitness, which we're trying to do that as well. But I'm like, let's just like fix shit. So we decided to go all in on the dentist thing. So went to the dentist. And they gave me the very not awesome good news that I was a very bad boy. And because of that, I was going to have to pay a lot of money to the dentist. So they gave me a bill for $2,500 for the work that they were going to have to do. And I said, okay, I know I've been a bad boy. So here's the money that I was planning on spending on some fun stuff. And instead, here you go, Mr. Dentist. And then I went in for I've done one half of it, it's going to be a total of 6 hours of work that they're going to do on me. And here's what was interesting about it. They said that there was a catch. And I was like, well, what's the catch? It's like, the only way we'll do the work is if you agree to purchase these 2 super expensive dental tools. So I'm going to show you what these are. Thought it was, it's like, I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, if we don't buy it, we're not doing the work on you. We're not willing to do the work if you're not willing to keep it back. So this was one thing that I had to buy, a $110 toothbrush. By the way, the toothpaste for it is $20 a tube, and I can only get it through them. And a $150 water irrigator hydrofloss. So this thing comes with an app. My toothbrush has an app, which tells me that I have to use it for 2 minutes straight. Otherwise, it will send a message to my dentist. And my dentist was like, no, you're not just using it for 2 minutes. You're using it for 4 minutes. 2 minutes at the top, 2 minutes at the bottom. Guys, I used to brush my teeth for probably 20 seconds. And now I'm having to do it for 4 minutes twice a day. And I have to floss with a super thick rope. And I got to use this Hydro Pick thing, which basically makes a huge mess in my bathroom. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to make this. There's no way I'm going to do this. Like I used to floss, by the way, I floss every day, 1 time a day, brush my teeth every day. That's what I was doing for the last several years. To go to twice a day floss with it's like a whole 15-minute thing that I got to do now every day. I got to wake up earlier now just to take care of my teeth. I was dreading it. I was like, this is going to suck. Like I'm going to be back at this in a minute. So here's the deal. I did it yesterday and I did it this morning again. And I'm going to have to do it again here in a minute. And I love it. I don't understand it. Like after I'm done doing this thing, my teeth feel invincible. It blew my mind. I just I don't understand what I was missing. And I think I kind of understand the concept now. When you try to do something 50%, 99%, it's a pain in the ass. It always is. When you do something 100%, it's a piece of cake. That 1% sometimes makes a big difference. If you are kind of going for it, dude, you always find so many reasons to not do it. But when you're all in, there's no questions. There's no doubt. It's just always do it all. Do it 100%. How you do anything is how you'll do everything. Thank you, Zoe, for literally stealing the words that are, it was like in my notes to write that, to say that down. You've been hanging around me too much. So you guys have this push coming up. I'm going to push myself dental wise for you guys. By the way, I think I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. I think it's the most awesome thing. And I'm so mad at myself that I've been missing out on this little tiny thing. I know it doesn't seem like it might be that big of a deal, but to me, it's a reflection of how I want to do things.
Well, your teeth, your mouth is like the most important part, one of the most important parts of your body. Like that can infect so much. Like you're close to your heart, it's close to your brain. Like it could lead to so many problems if you don't keep up with it. Like,
and it's so easy to kind of lose. So my question is, what is let's say your teeth thing is perfect. You're like the dental king and queen. Is there something that you maybe haven't done in a while because you've been kind of half-assing it a little bit, and every time you do it, it's kind of a pain in the neck? Try to go 100% into something and watch what happens. Maybe it's this push coming up. Maybe it's not the whole entire push. Maybe it's just a week of the push. Maybe it's just a weekend. Maybe it's just one day where you're going to be just perfect. Like everything you say you're going to do, you do it all. Because again, it's your integrity on the line. It's your reputation on the line. So why did I just tell 20 random strangers about this thing that I'm going to do? One, because I'm kind of proud of myself that I'm doing it. But number two is I want you guys to hold me accountable too. Like I'm not going to not do it if I told a bunch of people I'm doing it. Remember I talked about PDI, right? It's like telling somebody else so that way you're more excited about something. Like I'm excited to go do the dental thing. So here's what I'm going to challenge you guys to do is pick something and go all in on it. School, your relationship, this job, even for whatever experience that you have of it, quit doing it 99%. Go all in. That I can tell you, even if it's just been a couple of days, has made a massive difference in something that I thought I was going to hate. So we are coming into the end of our team meeting tonight. Thank you so much to everyone, our top 10 individuals on the team. Nice job, Jared, bringing in number 1. Nice job, Claire, getting promoted to key staff. Thank you to the assistant management team of the Northeast San Antonio office for representing. Thank you for the San Marvelous assistant management team for going in strong. And dude, we can't wait to see what you guys do this weekend. And like I said at the beginning of this, go all in. It's more fun and it's definitely a lot easier. Have a wonderful and amazing weekend. Happy Valentine's Day for you guys and have a great night.